we're talking about sex today. We talked about sex. We talked about a lot about sex. So if you're listening to us at 6 o'clock in the morning and you're on the way to work and you're not ready to talk about dicks and vaginas and throw up, then save this for when you're getting ready to go out to work or brunch, and this will hit just right. Nunu, it's the weekend. How did yours go?
Oh my God, don't ask me about anything about myself. You know I hate you. Um, I mean, how did our weekend go? We spent it together. First of all, I want y'all to know we spent so much time together. Like
Um,
so much time together. Um, we had a successful reggaeton brunch. First of all, shout out to everyone at Reggaeton Brunch, except for those who shall not be named.
um, we will definitely say that we are so grateful for the crowd yesterday. It was I wouldn't say a light crowd. It was definitely a medium-sized crowd, but it was a full room feeling. Everyone was just dancing, having a blast. And for those of you who survived without puking your guts out in the bathroom,
Or on the table
or
in
puking
the
on the
main
table
foyer.
is crazy. Someone puked on the
Yeah,
table.
like that gets to such a point. So okay, anyway, y'all, we had ready to brush at El Rey. It was really a fun turn up. Shout out to Jesus Bike. Shout out to Electric G, who turned the party down with us. We had such a fun time. And I, as the host, did get on the mic a few times and said, y'all,
Drink
make
water.
sure
You
you
actually
drinking your
did.
water. I literally did. And usually I don't, but I saw the crowd. I said, okay, getting a little rowdy, getting a little, and we not even halfway through the show. So let's drink some water and calm down. And we were going good for a little bit, right?
I mean, one of the people that puked that I found out after the fact because someone DM'd me, y'all are messy. Someone DM'd me and in the stories and was like, oh, that guy in that colored shirt puked all over the bathroom. And that makes sense because that
Wait,
person was
someone
having
DM'd you and said it told you another person, another
from the
reggaeton
video that
brunch
I had posted. No,
participant.
no, from yeah, someone from who was at that brunch DM'd me that a person in the video that I recorded had puked in the bathroom. And it was the person that we talked about it and they were having such a blast and they were just such an extrovert the entire time. But like around 3:11, they silently walked out. And I was like, why?
No, and that was the key. I sat there, you don't understand, y'all. Like they were the life of the party, like big center of attention, and we were all having a good time. And then like we were all having fun and quick, like I just saw them out of nowhere have a coat and walk out, and I was like, "What is going on?" And I said, "Maybe they have another event. It's Mile Weekend. Maybe they have a group, honey.
Yes.
I can't judge." But then apparently they threw up in the bathroom, and I do respect it just a little bit. Let me tell you why. I am that kind of girl. How many times, Rafi, have you thrown up in the bathroom and not told anyone? Go.
I'm not a puker. I can count the times I've
Oh
puked,
my God, you're so annoying.
specifically from
I hate
alcohol.
people like this.
No, I
They
don't
act like
puke.
they're so different. I don't puke. I don't puke.
I
Shut
just
up. Shut
don't
up. Shut
puke.
up. You know why? Because you're not brave enough. You're not willing to take
No.
yourself to the extra mile. You have to open up your soul.
I
That's
don't have
true
a gag
vulnerability.
reflex. That's why,
That's
Nunu.
not true.
We'll talk about it later. First of all, how do you know? How do you know I don't have a gag reflex? Okay, let's be clear.
But yeah, I am okay. I'm not a puker. So see, Rafi, the thing is, you put this connotation on it, and that's
No,
the
I
issue.
don't.
A
That's
puke
you
when
interpretation.
no when you're saying puking, you're like, oh, someone that just can't handle the alcohol and throws up. That's not the case here. Okay, with me, I purposely throw up. I put my fingers down my throat, honey, and I throw up to my.
Well, that's your fault. Why are you doing that? You don't have to puke if you don't have to puke. Or
But you
sometimes
think I'm
you.
gonna go around feeling sick? You think I'm gonna go around feeling bad for the rest of the night when I can go throw it up and be partying?
But I just genuinely don't ever feel nauseous from alcohol. And yet, I'm not saying it hasn't happened yet
I
because
don't know
I'm
if it's
still a young
a
person.
genetic
I'm gonna get
thing.
older.
I've noticed different genetics have different capabilities. And
I wouldn't say. Oh, my dad has puked a handful of times too. I guess in his life. So I guess.
my family doesn't do it. I have not seen it from my family. I am the only person I know who like currently. I mean, I don't do it ever. I haven't even thrown up. I can't even tell you. It's been like literal years because I'm not that girl anymore. But back in the day, I would just go. You know what I mean? Like you
I
get
mean,
too
you've told me
drunk.
you've made yourself puke in the current era, so it's not a completely gone factor.
It's gone. It's gone. But I definitely have done that to a couple of bathrooms, some cleaner than others. You go
Do you
in.
get on your knees?
No, you just stand over it because you don't want to
No.
make it seem like you're about to
Okay. I
Hugh. You want to make it seem like you're going in there to, stand there and just use the bathroom like normal. You don't want people to know you're about to puke because when you have to run out, you have to like go quickly. It can't be something like it's not like a girl holding a hair back. Like I was like, ooh, but
but see,
and went
last
right
time
back
I
out.
puked, the only time I puked in a bathroom, I puked standing up, and it went all over the bathroom
Yeah,
because
you
you're
have to
supposed to
you
get
now
on
you
your knees.
no you have to like hunch over and get kind of in close, but it's terrible. It's terrible at
But
this point.
you're
But
like 7 feet tall.
yeah, absolutely.
So I cannot imagine you hunching over low enough to
Now I get it. I
to
didn't
get
say every
down
time
there.
was the cleanest, but I've tried my best. And shout out to anyone that had to deal with that staff.
How'd you feel
Um,
after you would puke?
I feel great. Kept going, kept drinking.
You kept drinking?
Yeah, because I was fine then.
Once I puke from something, the things I've puked from is definitely Bacardi. I puked from Bacardi one time, and I can never have that again. And cheap tequila, I'm a
I
tequila
puked
drinker
from
now.
everything, but
Huh?
like everything, like
Gin. You
everything.
were a gin drinker at one point.
Wow. Wait,
I
why do
mean,
you know that about me? That's so weird.
you told me this,
Yeah, but like we weren't friends.
but you
Yeah,
told me
we
about
weren't friends
this,
at this point.
but you told me,
I
so it
don't
doesn't
care.
matter.
Don't
But
bring up anything you weren't there for.
I wasn't. I wasn't friends. I didn't know you from
You saw
birth,
me
but
black out one time at a party from drinking gin and think you fucking know.
oh, you think that? Oh, I forgot that that's the. Oh my god! But yeah, that was a lasting impression of you for like a couple of
Lasting
months.
impression, sure. Yeah, there was a 6 month period.
No, because it's funny when Nunu gets that drunk, she really goes into like that drunk like 5'2" girl who just throws her body everywhere. But imagine fingers and arms, pendulum swinging
Open
around.
hearts.
I recall a young girl screaming when you knocked that ping pong table
Auto was, oh my
over.
god, my friend was sick, bitch.
I think it was on the screen.
Yeah. No, because she had to deal with it. She was like, oh. Like that. I remember that night specifically, not because of that incident, but because we were at another bar earlier. What was that sports bar? Oh my god, it had food. It was really good. Jake's. Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah, they had really good food.
Yeah,
Jake's
the
in
food was
Greensboro.
great. Oh my god.
Jake's Billiards.
Um,
But let's not forget the first reggaeton brunch, which the staff at El Rey will not stop bringing up because I don't even get that drunk anymore, or like I don't even drink that much, or yesterday I even drink.
I want to say, yeah. At first, I thought Rappy was just lying because them lying ass Leos. To quote, what was her name from Zodiac House?
Oh my god, that was yeah.
But they did. I was there, girl. They kept saying like, "Don't get too fucked up, Rappy." I was like, "Damn, he must have gotten tore up
I,
in his hole."
I did not get that bad. I don't. I got home. We got
I'm glad.
home.
I'm glad
So
they didn't see me in the first two
I was
reggaeton
like,
brunches.
let's be clear. That was the first time, and we did not eat. That was the first event, so we had no idea what the fuck we were doing.
We were talking about how one gets so drunk. So the bathroom thing, I wasn't like super mad at, but then a second person threw up, ladies and gentlemen. And gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Um,
Thelma,
Thelma on the actual table,
which is
and
crazy.
there is a energy in a certain corner in El Rey. If you ever go to El Rey, honey, on U Street or our next reggaeton brunch on February 10th, you'll see this corner. This corner is my
Mm.
favorite corner because I get up on it every time when I perform, but it has an energy of just hedonism, true just inhibitions are just let gone here.
I mean, I have gotten again very tipsy at El Rey, of course, but never have I puked, and I just don't know how you get to a point where you. And also,
Oh wow. No,
like
let's not do that. Let's not
no, no,
judge
no, no, no,
people.
no, 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 no. I'm talking about like puking on a table. That's crazy to me because at least for the very least, you kind of like you said, you hunch just so you don't try to get it on anyone. But like, homeboy just went like exorcism, and it was high art.
Could they be pouring the
And the
drinks
and
at El
the
Rey?
but see the same security that's always like, "Are you better? Are you drinking?" Da, da, da. He got so pissed and he has to clean that shit up.
He was pissed, and I get it, Debo.
he he had to throw the sand and all that shit. It was entertaining to watch it. I mean, in the schools, as a teacher, do they still have to throw the sand to dry that up, or you don't? You're not familiar with the process.
Actually, well, yes, no,
And
yes, and say it with your chest. Oh my God! First of all, Ariana is back, y'all. Blonde, questionably,
deflect.
questionably. Oh my God! I guess we can't talk about
No,
people's body.
okay,
She's
we
very
can
skinny
talk about it.
looking.
We can talk about it. Gays. That song is not that great. It
But it
there's
is a
levels of
good
cuntiness
song.
to it. There's levels of cuntiness to it.
The
Uh,
dancing saved it.
did we all have to? Because I didn't like it. I never even reached for it too much. To be quite honest, because from what I heard in the teaser, I was like, okay, it's cute, but it's nothing I really want to listen to because it sounds like "Break My Soul" and her song "Tears Left to, No Tears Left to Cry." So I was like, girl, we've had this before. It's time to move on. Oh, I forgot you're a Arianator now. Even though you bullied me for 3 years for being an Ariana Grande fan until I grew up and am no longer a fan, and all of a sudden now you're a tween girl going to her next concert.
Well, Ariana, we're all the same age, so we're none of us are tweens, honey.
No, but her fans are still consistently tweens and young gay men.
Twinks,
Or
yes,
at this point,
not
young
tweens,
is a question
twinks,
mark for that.
twinks.
Twinks? No, I saw again. Every gay person was reposting that little clip on their story. That's how I started kind of like singing it because I did not listen to the whole song. But Nunu was over here like that music video was trash. She looks garbage. She looks crazy. I'm not a fan of it. But then all of a sudden she's like, she's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and aided.
Well, yes. Um, all that's true, and all that can be true. What I was disappointed with Lil Nas X's and Ariana's, comebacks, whatever, is that they didn't push themselves further and far enough. Ariana obviously can sing. Ariana can do it. Obviously, she can do it. I know she's in Wicked. The shade of blonde on her looks terrible on her. And I thought the video was boring. The video was a boring concept. It was a bunch of TikTokers being like, "Oh my God, the internet is like so real." Like Ariana's lame. I was like, "What?" We rehashed this concept five
And
billion
also, I'm
times.
tired of celebrities being like
I was like, "Who
the internet's so
cares?"
harsh. The internet's so harsh. Okay, you have millions of comments. You have assistants. You don't have to read these comments. You don't have
That's
to
what I'm
go through this.
saying.
If you are processing this at this point, like, girl, how is Selena Gomez over here being like, oh, I have to take a break because I can't talk about Palestine and da, 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 and I can't. I have to take a mental health break. And then she's over here gossiping at the Golden Globes with fucking Taylor
Y'all are so messy
talking
for
shit about
fucking that.
cinematographers. Like,
Hey, you know what? My sister's no business with that, and I said no shit, and I would do the same thing.
oh my god.
It's not even like that.
I am
I
removing
just think
myself
it's
from that situation.
I think the empathy is different because before celebrities were so on a pedestal, but now because we all have the access to social media, internet, and people can become stars overnight. Not obviously people aren't celebrities in that sense, but we all have a taste of internet trolls, comments, having to manage self-image. That's just a common thing now. So it's less. It is. It's not as hitting anymore. And then with Lil Nas X song, what did you think?
So I haven't heard it. No one reposted it. I didn't. I again, and that's what I was going to talk about. I wanted to talk about too. Is I read it as I've gotten older. I do not listen to as much
They're
music, or
old
maybe
as fuck.
I don't listen to new music. I don't check for new music anymore. I unless it's like something that's like a bop. I'm like, I think I don't know.
Just say it. Just say it. Lazy. You rely on other people to get you your information. And like some enlightened people, we go to the source. I want to check it out myself.
Oh, 100%. No, but right now, since I've become a DJ, I'm just listening to like curated sets and just like seeing what I like from there and going like new
You know
music
what? Shout out to DJ Rappy Rap because that DJ set, honey, at
on
El Rey
Reggaeton Brunch
Reggaeton
was
Brunch was con. And you know what? That's why I blame Rappy for these things. Like Rappy's DJ sets are so infectious and stuff. Like the girls really be dancing hard drinking harder, and then they end up throwing up. Like, I really blame you. You need to start slowing that shit down earlier. You be playing stuff at the last 15 minutes. We need to be slowing down at 3.
No, no, no. I'm a pusher, Karen. I'm a pusher.
Speaking of, the new Mean Girls movie had a lot of mixed reviews. I saw some like harsh,
Oh
harsh
my God.
things.
I saw one that like tore it to
You
shreds.
know
So
what I'm talking about then.
someone that we
Yeah.
worked with in the past.
Yeah. I was like, damn,
Girl,
sister.
I
Mama was
said,
hurt. I felt I was
she
like,
said, give me my $20 back
you better
right
go and
now.
waste your fucking. I say, God damn.
XD.
I mean, and I get it, but like I want to be clear, y'all. It's a musical and it's just a remake of 7 20 years ago. It's not the same movie. So
And that's
like
why I don't think I'm gonna like it
please don't go
personally.
in there expecting to see Mean Girls in 2004. It's just a new take on Mean Girls based on the musical. Like that's just really it. It's never gonna be that because that era only existed during that era. You can't have Mean Girls in an era of body positivity.
But like
And
on Rotten Tomatoes, they got a 70%, and on Metacritic, it got 58%. So it's like definitely like bordering,
it's mixed. People either hate it or love it, kind of.
which I
I
guess
mean,
is iconic. But like, I don't think this movie's gonna be iconic.
I probably will like it. I probably won't love it, but I
Mhm.
do like terrible musicals anyway. I drag Rappy to see Cats. And then COVID happened.
You definitely did drag me to see that.
I love Cats. Me, you, and those
That
other faggots.
like there's some movie experiences that you forget. Like you don't remember seeing some movies like Blair Witch Project. Barely like I remember watching
Do
it.
you remember seeing
Like
Aladdin on my birthday?
Aladdin. I don't remember that one because it was like it wasn't that bad. Cats was so bad that I still remember almost seconds of that experience. I remember something
With my
messy
kitty cat
happened.
hairs on. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Something was messy happening behind the scenes with us. I think it was just such a crazy time.
No, we were just having fun,
No, it was
Divas. But
fun. It was fun. No, no, no. It was fun. I'm just saying, like, I feel like there was some tea that was just spilled around that time era too. But
yeah, we were about to go into COVID, so it was pre-lockdown.
was that before COVID? Oh
Right.
my God,
Correct.
Jesus, we're having fun
Well,
for the past 4 years.
yes.
So yeah. But now, when are you gonna start hyphenating your name now that you're
That's
engaged?
so crazy. I don't know what engaged means.
And before people feel like I'm just throwing her business out there, she told 3 people at Reggaeton Brunch that she was engaged, and I didn't even bring it up. I didn't even bring it
No
up.
shade. Someone like I'm not that close with asked me something. I was like, oh no, I'm going with my fiance somewhere. No shade. Because I'm kind of crazy too.
Again, she loves being a wife. Also, back Reggaeton, thank you for reminding me. Tatiana from Reggaeton Brunch says she listens to the podcast. So always shout out to Tatiana. She was
Shut up,
such a hype girl, and you're
Tati.
gonna be one of the promotional videos for the upcoming Reggaeton Brunch because I got a good shot of you just living your best
And
life.
if you
So
listen to this and you message me, your next ticket on me.
honestly, yes, if you have gotten to this point on the podcast and you want to come to Reggaeton Brunch, we will give you a free ticket to Reggaeton Brunch because you're a real one for listening to the podcast. I'm saying it.
Period.
Period.
Message him though, not me.
I'm not with it. Oh yeah, because I'm the only one that reads and should have access to the DMs. The only time that Nunu checks the DMs is when a boy DMs me.
I do not have access to the Instagram. I don't know what you're talking about.
Um, but yeah. So now that you're a wife, how does it feel? Like the sex
Okay,
change now that we're easing into the conversation of sex?
I just want to say that I don't know. I mean, I think I'm technically engaged, but I don't know what that means. Like, I guess engaged means you're planning to get married soon. So that is what I am, but I'm not engaged in the idea that someone proposed and I'm having a wedding. I just think that after this point with the economy,
What do you feel
financially,
comfortable taking us through it? How did it happen?
honestly speaking, I'll be so real. My partner has asked me to get married all the time.
Oh wow!
It's
On
just
one
all
knee?
no, just like casually all the time. Like I just
And what do you do? Do you do that like with that cute little? No, I
and
know. So you've been fighting him off.
yeah, be checking out Bimmy. I just think, you have to get out of your own way sometimes. And I think I just had planned my whole life. At 4 years old, I was playing dress up in heels in preschool, no shade.
In
Um,
white?
Huh? No,
In
but I
white?
always thought of a wedding and a family. Like, I just has always been my like gig, and I just thought I couldn't get married until I had everything I wanted, and so until I could get
Oh,
everything I want, I would get married. But that doesn't always make sense financially when we look at all these couples. Now I'm getting older. I'm having friends that are married couples, and they're like, financially, this doesn't make sense for you, and I'm like, I guess I should as I grow up the tax bracket, so to speak. So I think it's important just to figure out,
that ladder, honey.
my life, and it's gonna be fun to be married, I guess. And I can't wait to be married. That's interesting. I'm still processing it, but
Oh
we
my God.
we
Well,
are kind of engaged.
that's so amazing.
Oh my God.
I just want you to know that I do expect a wedding. Like I do expect a
Yeah,
wedding.
absolutely. But there's so many
Um,
fears. Like I'm afraid of competition. Not like
what
competition, but like it's
competition?
just compared, like, in a friend group, like y'all know, like whenever it's in a friend group, being the first one to do anything, get married, relationship, higher degree, it's just like it's pressure, I feel like. I know it's all in my head, but it's still pressure regardless. So I just don't
No,
know if
live
I
your
want to
best
be the first
life.
one. I'm like, I want to see how someone
Trust,
else does
I
it.
don't want to get married. So there's no competition with.
Why don't you want to get married? You have so much.
I still have to get my life together. Well, not life together, but I would say like I'm still like building what I have to do with this podcast with Reggaeton Brunch, with my future. So I'm focusing on this right now. If someone wants to tag along and one day
I
reap
do
the
want to
benefits
say
of this, I'm
Rafi has been
open. But
proposed to at Reggaeton Brunch.
yeah, no shade.
That has
And I
happened, but what happened there? We're not, we get proposed to, but we don't do it. First of all, we gets ours. Let me be really fucking clear. We gets ours.
the DJ's cute.
The DJ is cute. Fuck him. He's a DJ.
um, but no, let's talk about sex. I want to talk about blowjobs. I want to get into the meat of what we're talking about because it's Mal weekend.
Mid Atlantic Leather Weekend. For some reason, it's on MLK weekend. Is it always an MLK weekend, or is this a coincidence? Because
I
it's
find that unusual
racism.
as well.
Yeah,
I find that
because
unusual too.
it's a bunch of rich white men coming to like have sex with each
DC
other to DC, literally. So,
at the
invading the
Hyatt,
city
at the
to
Hyatt
host
Regency.
groups in leather harnesses in the middle of the biggest, pandemic and COVID spreading right now. Like, it's actually like crazy.
But I'm all for sexual liberation. Let's be clear. I wish that people didn't weaponize sex as much as they do. I wish they didn't like weaponize people's sexuality as much as they do. But it is weird that it's on MLK weekend, and I do think it's weird that like you said, it is majority white, and but I don't know the times I've partaked in Mal weekend. I will say it is just a sex capade.
Feel it's just,
Sex.
it's
You can just
energy.
do anything. And I was out there and I was out here being a little hoe here and there. But am I a person that no, let's be clear. I'm just not
What?
into like sucking dick in public. I'm not into getting my dick sucked in public. I'm not really into
Really?
in the sense that where people like kind of circle around. No, I liked when
I feel like the circle around makes it not in public
I was in a
anymore.
mosh pit, like not a mosh pit, like on I was on the bed
A
one
mosh
time. I
pit.
was, I don't know what it's called, but like it was a bed, and like we were just making out. And it was after I thought I took Molly, but I don't think it was Molly because they didn't really hit that like that. So I think it was a placebo effect. But we were all on the bed, and we were just like making out under the, and I enjoyed people watching and like commenting and all that kind of stuff. I really enjoyed that. But as far as like at the club, I think it's the fact that it's at the club. I like the bedroom. Like I didn't mind it in the bedroom, so to speak, but
Not a
I didn't like it.
bathhouse.
I don't like. I've never been in a bathhouse.
Oh, but you were at a Vita gym. You worked there, so you must have had a
I
sauna or
liked
something.
voyeurism in the gym. I remember I would walk around just completely naked
Oh,
sometimes and just like let it
let
out.
it go.
And so I did like kind of like those elements because especially I'm an extremer. Like I used to be very like scared to be naked out in public in the locker room back in middle school and high school.
Who
But
is that
then
though?
but I mean again, because I personally went through that, I feel like now I'm on the other side where I just flip it and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna be naked. I'm just gonna like dick swing, bitch. You take it. So
You name it. We went to Echo Stage right as it was turning to a circuit party. You remember for the Fuchsia Ball? And that
there was
that
no dick sucking at this future ball though.
right, it was the prelude though. It was the prelude,
Was
but
it? Wait, there was a party after the future ball that was
you
going to turn into a
remember like
sexier
it was we
page.
did the Fuchsia Ball and then like it kind of switched and then it started to be like more people, shirts started coming off, it started to be more, you know, they started doing the energy, the eyes, the rubbies, the circles, and it's intense. I don't know why it's intense. I think it's like primal, and I think that's kind of cool. Like I think it is interesting, and that's why Sniffies, as we've alluded to throughout this season so far, is so powerful. So, do you want to explain what Sniffies is, or should I?
Because I'm the person that actually has partaken in the culture of sniffies. Not to the extent I've never had sex with someone on sniffies, to be clear. And if I have, I've almost hooked up with someone in sniffies, but it was not in DC. But
And
sniffies is pretty much like it's like if y'all for the millennials out there, it's for Adam for Adam, but um
what is this
for
explanation? Let me tell the girls. So,
for, for
picture it. Sicily. No, I'm just kidding. So at Christmas, this past Christmas, I was with my cousin, my other gay cousin. I said, "Hey, honey, what is this thing, Sniffies?" He said, "Let me show you." And Sniffies is not an app, so you might have heard Grinder. Grinder's an app. Sniffies is so full of
it's a
debauchery. It's not. It
website
can't.
app.
It can't be
It's
an
still an
app.
app. People call it
So
an app.
it's not an app, it's a
People
website. So
call
you
it
have to go to your
website.
browser and type
Type
in
in sniffies.com.
sniffies.com. Exactly. And then one has the option to do anonymous or log in. We were at a family gathering in the middle of nowhere, so we clicked anonymous. And shocking, all these circles pop up, and it has penises and buttholes
Buttholes.
everywhere. Pictures in relation to you. Feet distance, what they're into, kinks, everything. So
Yes, yes,
it's just
yes.
it's a interesting zoo. So as a married woman who never indulges, I was like, oh my God, show me what goes on in here since you're single. And you just scroll through, and then people see you pop up and they'll message you. And there's a community message board in the area being like, I am open to you just coming in to my house. I don't know who you are though, but come
Door
in,
unlocked.
door unlocked,
Asshole up.
and just do the do and then leave.
Yes, yes.
And that
But a lot of people can be left anonymous. You don't have to put your butthole
and then
and
you
dick up.
also could just be anonymous, and it's just like a zoo. It's an interest. I don't know. I don't know to explain it. Like when you hear this, you're like, what? And when I saw it, I'm like, what? And it's just circles, pictures of penises and buttholes close to you. So what happens when you're approached on Sniffies, Rappy?
I don't really get because again I stay anonymous because I just like sometimes I'll just like sometimes if I am on there I do want to hook up with someone, but again I don't really want to like I stopped really like indulging in sniffies and all that because I genuinely don't want to hook up with someone I don't know like it's not
Yeah,
that
safety
serious.
is always my question. It seems
Yes.
almost impossible that this people do this because it just seems so impersonal, but personal. Like,
Well,
imagine
it's also
think,
just like I don't want someone in my space. I
but
don't
like,
want
what?
to.
Imagine this is the reality. Imagine a penis pops up on your phone and it says, "I am 500 feet away." What do? You just walk down to the penis?
Yeah, yeah. If first of all,
Like,
if I was really just walking down towards the penis or butthole and not the actual man attached, I would totally be more down to meet up with someone.
I think that's also the interesting thing because these people are putting their penises in buttholes. I'm like, okay, but like, what if you don't like their face or their smell or their vibe or their house or their pet? Like, how
Yes,
do you
the
know
last
what the
grinder.
situation is?
Okay, well, the last hookup that I've had was with someone off Grinder, but we were talking for a while on Grinder. He just kept messaging me back and forth, and like we were just like really just indulging. I liked his sense of humor, so I was like, fine, let's. Uh, what's funny, Nunu Paris?
That's I.
That's funny. Oh, because she's a married woman. She forgot
No.
the feeling of hooking up with someone on
Oh
Grinder.
no, I find it like amusing that, on this app of all apps, you're having, jokes and banter.
Oh yeah, past hey, what's up?
That's so
How are you?
droll.
Good, good. You?
Yeah.
No, yeah, because no,
If y'all want to do that, go on Tinder
he
then.
came
I don't get it. I don't get it.
he
But
came in with that like golden retriever energy. So I was like,
I hate that word phrase. What does that
that
mean? Explain it to the people.
I don't know what it means, but
Girl,
um
why are you using it? No, tell me, what is it?
no,
Golden
my
retriever.
friend used it.
Okay, I don't care about your friend. I'm asking you. Yeah.
Golden reverse energy, from what I said, is like that eager to please energy.
Oh my
That's what
God,
I
that is
assumed.
not what I thought at all.
That's what I assumed it was, like the
I thought,
eager,
okay, so obviously you're comparing a
like
man
oh
to
no
a
no no no,
dog,
and like
right?
eager to please, and also being just like a nice guy, like the nice
Yeah, I
guy,
viewed it
like
as
the
like nice, loyal, easy to work
yeah.
with.
Yeah, I don't see it as a bad. I didn't assume it was a bad thing. I'm sorry if people do think of it as a bad thing. I didn't associate it with bad because maybe I give off golden retriever energy. So I was like,
Now, sister.
I
Sister.
I'm loyal.
Si- Right. Golden retrievers are like nice though. Like
I'm
if
nice.
you were a dog, you would be a golden
Everyone thinks I'm nice.
retriever.
At reggaeton brunch, everyone thinks I'm nice. In public, most people think I'm nice.
What dog would you be? Is it a Chihuahua? Is it
I think I'm
is
more of like a Labrador or
no,
doodle.
like
Like
it's
I got a
something
little twang to myself.
like a
Yeah.
Yorkie, like something that fights, something,
Why does it gotta be small? Don't box me in. Don't label me, as you would
Big
say.
Barbie.
But um, but what was I talking about? Dicks?
You were talking about the golden retriever boy
Yeah.
on
Okay.
Grinder.
Oh my God. So but again, he was super likable. That's what made me like him. I was like really nice, really genuine. And so we finally met up. Super great conversation. And so like it always goes, y'all. But then like we have sex, and the sex was like the oral stuff was great. Like
Was
the
your love like
vibe was
whoa?
good. Uh
Was your love like whoa? My sex is like
again,
whoa.
which leads me to the story. Which leads me to the story because I this time I bottomed, and I was like,
This time? So you bottom like usual, and what happened?
um, and he came, and so he came, but it was like okay, the sex was okay, like it was, and that's why genuinely I don't like to bottom like that because it's always like that. Like it's like they come and they roll over and then they try to color you and they don't even try to really help you come, and I'm like, girl, this is like after that kind of sex we were just having, and after you came, like it just kind of ends. That like turned me off completely. um and then he just kept texting me, kept texting me, kept texting me, kept texting me,
They
kept texting me,
calling me.
and being like, oh, que no sé qué, like that's like I can't stop thinking about it. It was so good. And then
Oh,
finally, I literally that. So how would you feel first of all if someone did that to you? Because maybe I'm being a bad person, but how would you feel if you had good sex up until it was good sex until he didn't make you come, so it just completely dropped it down to mid, and then he just kept texting you all these like lovey-dovey things like it mattered.
so how would I respond to all those
Yes,
text messages?
yes,
Mm,
yes. How
mm,
would you?
mm. I think, first of all, I think I understand, the appeal of all these apps because you're getting attention, right? And people, we're in a society that makes you feel weird about your body. So it's always gonna be kind of cool to feel good about your body sexually and how you perform there because it's just one less insecurity to worry about. So if someone really likes you, you'd be like, oh, but at the same time, no one wants to deal with that if you don't really like them or if you don't know them like that. So I would just have to, it depends on how I felt like it. I love a project, so I love working with a tough one, but it depends if you really want to deal with that. If not, then you just ghost them. No, I
I
guess
didn't.
don't ghost them. Just be like, you know what, girl, let's be friends, or let's just move on. And it's not giving what it's giving.
And I feel like I did that in a way. But pretty much I had to be honest though, because again, I'm also like not a project person. I understand that sometimes the first time is not the best time. I've had really bad sex the first time, but then the second time or the third time, it gets a lot better. If I was gonna plan on having sex with him, I had to tell him the truth. You're never gonna fuck me, and especially like fuck me,
You're never
it's,
gonna get it.
especially like I tried to like flip, and he was like, no, I don't bottom, I don't bottom. Like I had to tell him, listen, I loved hanging out with you, but you didn't help me come. So that to me was kind of I can't be where you're at right now. And then he was just like, wow, I didn't know that you felt like that. I thought you had a great time. I kind of helped you um come.
Achieve climax.
I thought I helped you come by like playing with your hole. And I was like, I told you first of all that playing with my hole doesn't just like get me to come. Like that doesn't like
I wish you did, girls. Am I right, Tops? Am I right? I wish you did. Because, honey, it be taking too long. No one cares.
Oh my god, you are so toxic either. Because I genuinely, as a top, when I top, I care about making the person come. Like I
Right.
genuinely
I
do.
definitely, that's what I said about the, apps earlier. It's so hard to know the preferences because everyone has such different expectations and fantasies when it comes
And I
to
was gonna
just
talk it out. I
sex.
was willing to talk it out. And I was gonna be like, hey, yeah, you didn't make me come. That doesn't make me feel good. Next time we have sex, we can kind of try to work it out, but you gotta slow down now. Like you gotta stop being like, I gotta see you, I gotta see you, I gotta see you. But I think he took it personally because he never texted me back.
I mean,
Um,
no, nobody just wants to hear they're a bad lay.
I didn't say he was a bad light. I said that I was not where he was at because he did not help me come. That's a valid. I want to normalize if someone doesn't care to make you come effectively, if they don't show eagerness to make you come, that's just not something you want to be with long
If sex
term.
is a big importance to you in a relationship, because there are people who it's not that big a deal.
Oh, there are people, or there's just new. There
Asexual,
are people, or there's oh well, okay,
demisexual.
of course. But when
I
we're speaking
mean,
in that sense, but
and you
Nunu,
also have to realize that
but
again,
you do you care to make someone say come?
everyone come. I mean, again, I obviously have had hookups in the past, and that wasn't my goal then. No,
Um, but do you feel like they
I
care?
feel like that's something you do intimately with someone you quote unquote really care about. Like, that's just me personally. Like, I'm not gonna work at it for just anybody. That's just
Yeah, that's what I'm
me.
saying. But like, but this person was
So,
like
like, if they
having
were just
this
hooking
was,
up, then
but this person was
you're just
trying to
getting what you're getting.
but this person was trying to pretend like we were like a feeling relationship things, but you didn't even try to make me come. How does that establish that I want to work towards something with you?
I mean, again, it depends on your priorities. I mean, you are. It's not even just you. I just feel like being a gay man. I think there's just a higher sexuality in our culture than exists in other
I
communities.
love sex. I want to be
And that's
clear.
just, but that's normal in our culture. But in other communities, whether you're lesbian or straight woman or asexual, demisexual, I mean, there's just different levels of it.
Um, I don't think I'm asexual at all, but I think like I after the pandemic, I feel like I'd rather just most of the time like kind of like be intimate with myself, and other times I just don't need to like reach and like if I can do it myself, I'm gonna do it myself. That's what I'll say.
Sometimes it's easier to do it yourself for sure, but at the same time, a lot of people just rather have the intimacy, rather have someone there. And then, I know I have a lot of trans brothers and sisters out there who, when they are on different modes, um, sexuality increases, the appetite increases, all of that, or sometimes the opposite. Also, not even just that, we deal with mental health. I have also people who be like, I love it, but when I'm on my antidepressants or I'm on this or that, it kind of kills my sex drive. So it just depends on where you are in your life, I guess,
Yeah.
because you could just maybe not be that important. And if it's not important to you, does all that matter? And maybe they just care about having a family or finding traveling or kids or just being with someone. But for you, that could never be you, honey. Never.
I think sex. I think what. matters is playing a role in sex. I can be the person that doesn't give a fuck about you in sex, but I actually do. But like I said, it's one time I was with someone who wanted me to pee on them, and I told them, I said,
That
I'm
is
not
called water
water
sports.
sports.
WS.
WS, but there's also multi levels of water sports. I genuinely like a level of water
Motorsport?
sports, but not, and I don't like the top and bottom peeing on someone. I don't like being the person getting peed on or peeing on someone. Genuinely, I like it when like people pee and search and like when it feels so good that they may pee themselves. That turns me on. But like that, like standing over someone peeing doesn't really get me, or vice versa. However, if my partner really wanted me to do that, I would try to make it the most intimate, most like what he wanted to do. And I can be that person that chokes you and like that doesn't like see you. But then I can also be that person that like holds your hand. But I still ultimately think you have to play the role. And if you just don't genuinely care about the other person making that ultimate climax, then I think that's a red flag. That's a red flag
For your relationship.
for my relationships. For my relationships. But I want everyone to definitely prioritize their own sexuality for
I
sure.
mean, right. I mean, obviously we're moving forward, but we came from the era of women not having. That was like right. That was like the big
And
topic of
that I feel
comedy.
like that has been passed down to the gay community. How many times do you watch gay porn and like the bottom does not come? And I will say sometimes, girl, I've been
I agree.
I,
I think that's also in the media. Like I think in the yeah, the pornography. It's not like that's the focus at all.
but bottoms, I understand that sometimes you've been fucked so much, and I sometimes like one man would take me down so hard slash good, but I really was just like exhausted after. Like I'd be just like tired, and I would just come later. But you have to just like I think like genuinely, there's like levels to the shit. If it's just a little lay here, it was a quickie, both people should come. If it was a quickie, both people should come. If if only one person came, that's not a quickie. That's the man. That's a 1 minute man. Clap if you've dealt with a 1 minute man.
When I was 8 years old, I don't want no 1 minute man.
Um,
Yeah, show
did
me what you
you
got.
did you have that album?
Of
You
course.
said you had that album.
I grew up all on Missy Elliott and Trina, and a lot of like telling these niggas to
Make you
eat
come.
it, come, all that. That's the era.
Oh, so that's why you're a power top.
But even amongst drag artists, so many of us in chats, dressing room chats, online chats, club chats, the idea of an alt is there. Everyone has an alt nowadays, and that is such a fun experience to see. I've really seen so many people I work with naked at this point, and it's just so normalized, and
Alts
that's
are
and that's
so
and that's
entertaining
so
to
cool. I
me.
think that's so fun. Like I don't mind that. I don't think we should shame the human
First of
body,
all,
each
that's
other.
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
I think it's helpful actually. I think it just breaks down a barrier. Like it's like I don't care. Like it doesn't matter.
I want everyone to understand. I will never actively look for someone's alt. Every alt account I've seen, I have been presented
I
to.
do. I do. I'm not that girl. I'm a messy bitch. I'm a nosy bitch, and I want to know the tea. I will let you know that right
I will
now
say, I'd
to your
rather not
face.
know what people look or look like having sex. In my personal opinion, I'd rather not know.
Really? I feel like the
I'd rather
opposite for
not
me. I
know. I'd rather not know.
feel like it helps
I'd
me know
rather
you
not know.
better.
Huh?
I feel like it helps me get to know them better.
Um.
From like a psychological standpoint. And I maybe because I am a crazy bitch, I can get that's just who I am. But
Um.
I think there's so much psychology in the
I would
alt
love to have an alt account. I genuinely
because who are you in the fantasy? Who are you when you want to portray that? And what part of you and what does that mean for your real life? I think it's interesting. I truly think it's fascinating. And like it's more learning about a person to me.
um like I said, if someone told me, "Hey, I have an alt account, can we like film?" I think I would be not immediately like I would be immediately opposed, but I think I could like over time if I had I would have to see how the person behaved. I wouldn't it would be an immediate no, but I would never not do it.
I agree.
because I love the camera. I love the camera. I do the
We
adding
grew
a
up, but one night in New Paris, honey.
yeah. Yeah, like we
Uh,
grew up in the era of
Sex
sex
tape,
tapes
celebrity sex tape, and I'm
and
so glad for that. I'm so happy for that because
just like and OnlyFans now. And so I genuinely like applaud everyone who has an alt account. You're doing it. You're literally
applauding is
entertaining the
crazy.
masses. Um, my question is, why are there so many alt accounts that are like consultants and teachers and people that work in nonprofits?
Oh my God, see,
Like,
that's the issue. Why are you judging? Like, it doesn't
it's not
matter.
judging.
It is judging because like why there's so many because everyone has sexual needs, desires, and sexuality, no matter who you are. No
No,
matter what
that's what I'm
age you
saying. That's
are,
what I
I
was
think it's
saying because that's what I was
interesting.
saying earlier. That's what I was saying earlier, though.
You're a
That
judgmental
you
bitch.
no, I'm not. I'm saying people go
Let's
from
fight.
one extreme to the other. I think that's very it shows that sex is such a deep rooted thing that
It's universal.
because most people work these layman like annoying soul sucking jobs. They need that rush. They need that like
And then they
fuck.
suck someone else anonymously on Sniffies.
I'm just saying that I think that if we lived in a more sexually liberated world where we didn't have to be so like buttoned up and we could just like really just talk about sex more freely and we have to do these constructs so much and we have to be putting on the masks so much, I think we wouldn't need alt accounts. I think we would just
I like the alt account idea. I don't think it needs to be public. It could just be another side of you that, if people need to see, they can. Like, it doesn't need to be like only because I just saw this on my feed. Instagram, for some reason, Instagram recommends a lot of men. We've done this. We've like screenshotted our Instagram for you feeds, and all Rafi's feed is about like himself and Leo's. And
yeah,
all my
I
feed is like
it's
hot
like
guys.
oh you loves you love like thirst traps and you love like hot guys. And we talked about this in the last podcast. You
I
like
did,
hot men, and I like hot men,
but
but
not, but
also,
not
but what I've
for
noticed and
real.
people point out is I always like unconventionally hot men, and I think you just genuinely
I
go
think mine's
for
unconventional.
no, you be going for the juice poppies and you be going for the little Latin boys in drag, and you be going for bi Latin men, and you be going for like trade, and you be going for the different elements. There's different, but I just genuinely feel like I like if y'all knew the people that I have like Insta crushes on, I just feel like there's something that's odd about them. There's always something odd or there's something unique. They used to be either they I can tell they used to be overweight or they have oh my God, I'm judgmental. But I'm judgmental. But I'm
No, I was
judgmental.
confident.
You were gagging. You were gagging. You were being a sizes bitch. You were being problematic.
Woo! No, it's not.
You're being problematic. You're being problematic.
It
So
just sounds
I
like you
genuinely do sometimes.
want someone to match your odd, I guess. I mean, that's what you said. No, that's what you said. That's what you said.
You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Me up there.
No, that's what you just
Oh my God! You said you little fat piggy boy. You
No,
fat
I
little
just said
piggy
you
boy.
you just said you
You
want
want a little piglet
Oh
too?
my god. Play
What did
Jane.
what's her face play Jane call them? You are so awful to me. But
No,
no,
that's what you just said. You said you like them like odd
no, I
because
do like I said, something that is unconventional. That's something that we can relate to. And that makes them more human. And I know, and I promise you, it's never the conventionally hot people that fuck good or like that are really good lays. Usually they're like boring. They're just like but it's the people that are like more unconventionally attractive. For example, there's a porn star. What's his name? What's his name? Apollo Fates or something. He's like, like not like I mean, he's like cute, obviously, and everything, but he doesn't have like a giant ass. He doesn't have abs or anything, but his like reactions are just so guttural and they're just like so like kinky and just like does crazy shit. So I will tell you, it's never the hot people. It's always the people that kind of came from something that have the personalities in bedroom. They're the ones that kind of squeal like little piggies. That's my experience. But Nunu likes dead inside, but with abs.
no, it's not even that. I'm a
No, okay, can
teacher.
we show it? Can we show the cameras our Instagram.
Oh my god, where's my phone? I gotta find it. Let's see. What's the difference?
And if it's embarrassing, we don't have to.
Oh my
'Cause-
god, I have to pull up Instagram. Okay, Instagram.
Okay, there's one.
What do we do?
There's
Do we just like re-pull at the same time to refresh to just show the people?
oh, should I do my wait don't do it or my boy or like Rafi?
I don't know. I'm just gonna refresh my Nunu Paris one.
Um, this is so I have a lot of skits like things that like I would do or whatever that like I can match my energy. I have
See,
one
there's
thirst
only like
trap.
one hot guy.
I have one hot guy right here.
Yeah.
Why do they look almost identical?
Let me see what.
Girl. The shirtless, baggy shorts, honey.
And like, how did these hot
Good.
guys come?
These
Yeah, same
puppies.
thing. Always, literally, exactly.
But like I genuinely is that's not something that I kind of am like gearing towards or looking towards.
I mean, I like
Um
teaching. Like, I love a dumbass man.
oh my
You know what I
god.
mean? Like one that you can lead
Who
around.
said
And
that? Who said that? That's someone that said that.
there was, I can't remember. I just do. It's just fun. It's cute.
Um
And you don't want them to be too smart because then you have to do more work. Am I right, ladies?
um I
Where my
mean
married where my married ladies at?
Nunu, yeah. He put a ring on it. That's so fun. That's so entertaining.
Yeah, I just also
Nunu
want to
gets
be.
married. Do you want me to record your wedding and like record it as a reality show?
Yeah, that's my goal. I'm still so down for that thing. I do want a reality TV like themed wedding. Like I want confessionals from my friends, the groom's party, me, everyone, like Nunu as Nunu being like da da da, and then
So would it be Nunu? Oh wow, that was really loud. Would it be Nunu or
well,
would it?
Nunu would be on the confessional, but regular me would be
Oh,
up there because I'm not gonna be all day in drag, honey. Not my wedding.
um,
I wanted to say there's an orgy going on at Reggaeton Brunch, and once they pay for the drag show, the orgy can begin.
oh my god, an orgy. Yeah, I would be down. There's been some cute guys that come to reggaeton brunch. Let's be clear. There's been a lot of cute guys
Yeah,
that
stop
come
looking
to.
at me, y'all.
Um, so
Stop coming with
if
your
you are
girlfriends and
cute,
looking at
if you listen
me.
to this podcast and you think I'm cute and you're cute, come through. Come through.
How many times have we made out at Reggaeton Brunch? Go.
I only kissed one person at reggaeton brunch, and I regret kissing that person. Honestly, what's a sexual fantasy you have, Nunu? What are two? What are like three sexual fantasies you
Okay,
have?
that's a lot already. I don't. You think I have that many sexual fantasies?
I you
Oh my
don't.
god, I don't view myself as like highly sexual. I mean, I'm
You don't
I'm
talk
not.
about a sex. You don't talk about your sex. That's why. That's why you wanted to talk about sex today. I was like, am I gonna be talking about a lot of sex on my end? Because Nunu do not talk about sex.
I don't know. I feel like it's so personal. Things that are, I guess, fantasies. I think about like I don't think I have a fantasy. I just feel like maybe is a fantasy what kind of pornographic material you enjoy because you're probably
I
not doing
think
that in
my
real life.
fantasies are yeah. Well, like I have like a couple. Yeah, I do have a couple, but I think it's mostly because I like the scene of it all. Like I wouldn't mind role play. Like if I don't know the person, I wouldn't mind. Um, like I don't know how to tie someone up. That's why I haven't done it. But like I wouldn't mind like having someone tied up, or and vice versa. Like whatever I want to do, I would definitely love done to me. But like the getting like being just like tied a little bit, like tied up, but like toys, fucking, all that shit, all that's up for grabs.
Yeah, no, no, ma'am.
And there has to be a safe word.
I don't like
Yeah, it's
surprises.
like a like loose enough control. And you have to like give up control. That is super hot to me.
I feel like group stuff is interesting.
Okay, so you're judging me, but you want a gangbang train, which again, I'm not opposed. But
Right. I mean, yeah. That thing's I mean, it seems cool, like a lot of people coming together.
it seems cool.
It does. A lot of people coming together for an activity. Um, and I think the scene of it can be beautiful in a sense. So,
Yeah, I would love to like be like not as just potentially the person just getting
because I
hammered,
think
but
I,
also the person just like circle jerking around watching it happen, because I also
because
just like watching.
but what's the goal of the fantasy? Because I'm saying group because I guess the goal of the fantasy in that sense would be you would
Because I
have.
think fantasy
Can I
is
talk?
because
Can I talk?
you
Can I
asked a question.
talk?
You asked a question.
Yeah,
Type
I'm
up. Hit me.
talking.
Hit me. Look, I hit you for. I did what you would do in real life if you were here. Don't worry. You got your lick in.
I just feel like the goal in the sense of a group would be you would have, I guess, validation from multiple people about you as a person, and that is the ultimate goal. So I feel like it goes back to like your own ego and sense. Like I do love attention and validation, so it makes sense that the fantasy would just be like a lot of that at once.
Yes, but I think like what my level of the fantasy is, because the reason why those stay fantasies for me is because when I see the reality of it all, like I've been to sex parties, like in the sense that Mal, and it's just really people having sex, but like the sex is like really sometimes never, it's never like what I would want like it to be. Like I think like people are just really like, I hate grunting sex, like I hate the oh like that. I
You're not like
can't.
I come down.
And then like I don't know why, but like standing up sex, man, when you're standing up and you're having sex in public, why do you do the jackhammer? Like that's like when they really commit to the. And that to me can be great, yeah, if the bottom seems to be enjoying it. But if it looks like the bottom is just like trying to break away from you half the time, I'm just like not enthralled. But I have fucked someone with a coworker one time at Mal, and that was fun to watch him do that, and then like me also, like that was fun to go back and forth.
Yeah, like see, I think it's like a fun bonding
That,
activity, but I don't know what the goal is here for you and your fantasy.
my goal was just to feel like, yeah, bitch, take this dick. That was
Oh,
my only
power.
goal.
Okay.
Power, yeah.
Okay,
And he
you're
was
like
just like an eager
you like
bottom,
power fantasies. Okay, that makes sense. Eagle maniac. Yep.
yeah.
And
um
mine is all about attention. See, I get it. I get it.
but also I also like being, just like I'm the power hungry person, I also am I am willing to relinquish power to, like, if you want to. And I love a bottom also that is very like bossy. I love a bossy bottom.
Boss say.
And personally, as far as a top's concerned, I like a top to be a little bit more like on the softer side, so to let me tell him like, no, fuck me, like that's
Fuck me.
the fantasy there,
What's
like
your
me
favorite sex line in a song? Yanking by Lady.
yanking. Okay, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
can't
my
even
pussy.
lie, fuck better when I'm drinking. Throw pussy like a pro.
I got a big fat ass and a big dicks follow. Is that how it goes?
I got a big fat ass, big dicks
Dicks
fall out.
follow.
I know I hit up the.
I love that. That's so cutty.
What was that one Trina song that looked back at me like a ass so big like the sun?
Son,
Like, when it,
you better
slap it
run.
in my face, shove it
Shove
down
it
my
down my throat.
throat. I can spit it around it and heat the dick still inside. Now your
Okay,
mouth wide.
not enough bitches are like that. I want that. I
Now I'm
love
eating
that.
niggas ass.
I
Eating niggas ass. That's all right. I
um,
mean, with Sexy Red song, also all this also to speak, we're in this pseudo sexual revolution in a sense, because Sexy Red song, Ski Yee was named the number one rap song by Rolling Stone of 2023. And all of her songs obviously have overtly sexual nature, whether she is gang affiliated and currently pregnant or not. She's always hypersexual and it's really fun. I mean, her songs are catchy. I love sexy. I love people like Suki. Do you think we're in a different revolution now with sex, or and how does it
no, I think it's a
impact kids?
facade. I think it's a facade. Oh, I think kids are definitely a little bit talking. Well, we were always talking about. Well, again, maybe I personally grew up fast. I grew up fast. I grew up. I learned
Live
about sex
fast,
way
die
too.
young, bad girls do it.
I learned about sex way too early, and I was exposed
What
to
do you mean
porn
too
way
early?
too
When did you
early.
learn about sex? Let's talk about it.
I was exposed to porn way too early.
What's way too early? By the way,
Like,
it is child abuse. By the way,
yeah, yeah. It definitely goes down on child's abuse. But I was exposed to porn probably around like
oh my
six,
god.
seven. Yeah. And so that explains a lot. Like obviously now I love the camera. I love um like recording myself or up until the point where I trust someone, having videos of that situation happen. So I think that how it reflects in that. But yeah, I think I grew up way too quick in that sense. So I don't think that it's that surprising to me because I remember I was gagged when I found out that kids were getting fingered in 8th grade.
I mean, yeah, people were doing everything back in the day.
In 7th grade, people, the girls were having. I know Samantha. I was about to say her name.
Whoop. First of all, there's so many Samanthas in a small town. Sorry, Samantha. If it
No,
ain't you, Samantha,
Samantha,
then keep moving.
but I was
Y'all,
about to
if
say
you
her
know the
last
Samantha, you already
name.
know what it is. Samantha A,
But
B, C, D.
Samantha in 7th grade, I knew you were gonna dig down. He was cute, so go off, girl. But he was a Latino trait too. Antonio, so cute, and she was an Italian girl. But I know they were doing stuff, mediocre stuff at best, but doing stuff.
Yeah, I know girls that was getting fingered in the computer lab. I mean,
So
we all did the
so then
things.
is it surprising that kids are now screaming sexy red? We were singing kind of provocative songs for our age group back in the
But there was
day.
only one
I bet you
song.
on TikTok or Instagram or whatever app back is going to be when these young kids that are singing ski in like 5th grade or 2nd grade. I bet you they're gonna be on those apps being like, "Oh my god, we were listening to the song. Do we hear what they were saying?" It's gonna be the same trope. I think that we're just
Yeah,
recycling.
but it was only like one of those songs back in the day. Like we only had "My Net, My Back." You know, that was the only real hot sexual anthem.
I mean, milkshake.
Milkshake, but Milkshake was all about innuendo. So like, if you was not smart, you wouldn't get it.
Oh, so it was smart and
I
ski.
mean, there's a level of it where like people could
It
really
was
just thought it
tongue
was
in
about
cheek. It was
milkshakes.
tongue in cheek.
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of my
I kissed a
milkshakes.
girl though is sexual.
Right, and that was like kind of controversial, but not really. I mean, Gaga was kind of, I mean, but it's not really. It wasn't like, it was all tongue in cheek. It was like,
S and
oh,
M. Like we had songs that kind of went a little hard, and we were
S,
like.
S, S,
So
S,
I just want
M,
people to
M,
like.
M.
Yes, kids should not be exposed to sex. Please stop exposing the kids to sex. But I think that we are too sexually repressed. I do think it falls on the sexual dynamics between obviously heteronormativity and how straight people do not know how to have sex with each other most of the time, from what I've seen. And the healthy ones are far and few between.
You think you don't think women are prioritizing sex for themselves now in
More
straight
sure, but
relationships?
do I think they're probably single? And they are sticking to the guys that just hit it and that don't text them consistently, but are fucking them good. Yes, no shade.
All shade. He read some of y'all. You've been read.
But again, I would read myself in that sense too. Like sometimes I think that's what I would be more ready for right now. So, but I don't want to be that person. So, like, kind of like, that's what 2024 is. But yeah, there's a lot of bitches that, and I'm talking about the gays here. I'm talking about the gays that want a boyfriend, but they want an accessory. They want someone that's gonna be like there. Um, but they need to. I would love someone to just. That's why I
Want
fail to
someone
like
to watch over me.
lay my head down. Yeah, lay my head down. Because especially with Nunu, trust me, she never lays my head. I'm laying this bitch's head down all the time. She says, "Good night, daddy," and I'm like, "Good night."
I want y'all to know I am very opposed to stroking men's egos. I know that about myself, but like
Me
I can
too.
I
Me
just it's
too.
just so like I just can't do it. Like I'm like repulsed by it. Unless I need
That's
something
why.
from
That's why when
you.
Nunu compliments me after every reggaeton brush, she's like, "You're doing so good. This is so great." I'm like, "This bitch does not mean
I
it."
mean it if I say it because I mean like, you know, if I don't mean it, I won't say it.
Which I think is so cute because I mean I relate to why you would want to stroke a man's ego.
Got a big ego. That was our sexual song. It's too big, too wide.
What's too big for you?
Probably like a
I recently
finger.
realized that I'm not the size queen that I thought I was. Um, and I think I lost my tenacity with age. I'm not gonna lie with you
I
because I
think
used
it's a
to get
lot. Big
big
dicks are
dicks.
fine, but like that's a commitment, a physical commitment.
It is because
And
I
y'all
could
just have
not
to
take a big
understand.
dick all day. I don't have that digestive system. I don't have that, and
You gotta be a clean eater for that, honey.
um, and no, and again, right. Recently, I've been eating much better and like not drinking. And girl, recently when I bottomed, I said it took a took a while to clean out the digestive system there. So I was like, bitch, no. That's why I cannot I can never I respect bottoms so much, the ones that really commit to the lifestyle. Love y'all.
Shout out to my bottoms.
Shout out to the bottoms. We love you.
Mi
My number
vatos.
is y'all know my Instagram. Y'all know me. Y'all see me.
Yeah, you get a lot of bottom talks to you. Like people want.
People want daddy. Because I give like I feel like I just give like a daddy vibe.
Yeah, and it's so weird because you're such a baby.
I know. But
You're
I also give like, I feel like
I think the perfect representation is boss baby. Like that's what Raffy is, y'all. That's like literally what it is like.
But this is kind of a kink too for me. I like it when you talk shit to me. Yeah, spit. Ooh, I'll fucking get off on
Ooh,
you.
yeah. I need to catch up and mustard now.
Oh my god, you are a Plain Jane fan. The viewers are not even watching real RuPaul's Drag Race.
Real Housewives of Drag Race.
The Real Housewives, which is what Nunu would be a part of. No shade. Have you talked about sex enough? Do y'all feel fed by this dick?
I just think it's so weird to even like say such crude things.
That's crazy because I know Nunu be having some kick. If your feed looks like the way yours does, I know your sexual thoughts are rampant. You're a Gemini. It must be kinky as fuck in that absurd little brain of yours.
I think it's based on your Venus sign. My Venus sign is also in Gemini, so it's not like super, it's not like Libra, it's not Leo, it's not Pisces, it's not Scorpio. But you have Scorpio in you, so it's just more sexual. Like real Scorpios are so sexual. Like I know it's like a thing, but they're always so sexual. I'm like, God, where y'all get this from? Still going back to Sniffies, there was just so many things that people were into on there. Meeting up at parks, hosting in cars.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an interesting
Cars are
part I
hot. I mean,
saw.
I would definitely like.
Okay, no, I want to stop there. It said hosting, and then it said in a car. I feel like you can't host, and it's no
Embarrassing.
shade. I'm not trying to. I'm just no shade. I just feel like you can't put that you're hosting if the location is a car, because
You're parked, sir. You're parked.
Let's just be clear. I just don't want y'all to
I'm
put yourself out
loitering.
there. Like you're not hosting. Why would I get? Why would I drive somewhere to get into another car?
No. I mean, I no, I mean in partner situations. If I had again those kinds of situations, a stranger sex in a car is crazy to me because they could literally drive away with you. Literally, they could literally like
That's what I'm
kidnap
saying.
you.
It's so weird.
What do you think about fucking Uber drivers? Like, there have been some that, oh my god, yes. After one time in Bulldog, I was drunk and I was definitely flirting with him. He was like, "Oh, you're funny."
Rafi flirts with a lot of Uber drivers. I've
I
been
do.
there.
I do it drunkenly because I like to make them feel like.
Anytime, yeah, it's weird. I'm like,
But I be doing it in a funny way. I don't. They're always laughing because they always say like, "Oh, you're really funny." But it only comes out when I'm super drunk, and I'm like,
exactly.
but like, I don't think I genuinely I'm not the kind of girl that would be like. I would think about like, oh my god, he's been like sitting in a car all day. Like his dick is probably
See,
so
I don't care
warm.
about
I don't want a warm.
anything. I don't
I
care
don't want
about
a
a man
warm dick in
ever.
my mouth, huh?
I don't care about a man enough to think about their day. You feel me?
Okay, you don't think about dick. You don't think about dick.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about I'm not thinking about, oh my God, they've been doing something all day. I don't give a fuck. Is it ready? Are we ready to go? Like, da da
You never
da.
even answered how big is too big for you.
Well, since I'm at 0 right now, I'm gonna say 0.
What 0 what?
0 inches.
You never had anything up your butt.
Not I said the cat.
You've never had anything up your butt.
Must I?
I think that queefing sounds like the grinder notification. If you think of it as like the little bubble sounds, and if honey, from some of my queefs, The bigger the dick, the louder the queefs, I will say.
Yeah, all the air coming out. I think the noises is always gonna be
So fun. So fun. So fun. So fun. I love it. I actually genuinely
I
love it.
love it. I can't.
The first time, and I want to apologize to the second person I topped in my life because we were fucking. And I mean, I didn't bully him for it, but we definitely laughed about it. And I made him think that he farted in my face, but I was fucking him. And then I went direct, like straight into. I came and I was straight into like eating his ass. And as like me eating his ass, like me touching his hole, the tongue touched the hole. He just like queefed so hard, and I was like, "Oh my god, you farted in my face!" And we busted out laughing. But really, it was just like now as an adult, I would have just been like, "Fuck yeah!" But uh, he was fun. What's his name? Oh my god, I took his virginity too. He was a little ragdoll boy. He was a screaming little ragdoll.
Um, and that's
It
why
was fun.
prep and so many other things are so important for our community. I think having fun is important, but making sure you're safe is more important. And that's why there are protests. We have friends in the protest. There was a protest this past weekend for Mao, right? Against Mao weekend, against
What? There was a protest against Mao weekend.
in conjunction with freeing Palestine. Because why are they coming here to do all these things without while of course we still are asking for a ceasefire and
Wait,
you know
the thing that our friend went to is John.
right.
John, were you protesting Mao? He listens to the podcast.
Yes. It brings question to like why are we doing all these things when
There's still
us
no. Yeah, that's real
when
though.
so much is going on,
Yes,
and does sex on once a year during this one party trump what you need to do and your responsibility as a human being and someone with influence and power.
but it's the same thing could be said. Why are they protesting Mao? They should be protesting the Golden Globes, the Oscars, the Emmys, all that happened this week. Like, girl, like that's why I went about to say, like, Selena Gomez literally made a post saying, "Girl, I can't take the internet right now. I'm taking a mental health break," and then is gossiping to Taylor Swift. Like, and people
And
are
she is.
entertaining and people are indulging it like that's normal. This is post-apocalyptic, y'all. They do not, they don't even think about what's going on with us. We're just watching in a world that does not belong to us, a world within a world. And I'm like, why are we normalizing that? So it's just, if they were protesting Mal, I mean I get it, but it's like, girl, there's other, I mean, I guess start small and then get bigger and bigger, but you're kind of like protesting sex.
Oh, and you love sex so much, Ravi's favorite topic.
I mean, I would prefer to shame people for classism and
But
elitism.
you don't like sex in the way that I like sex. I think me and you like you like sex as an experience, and
And
I
I
definitely
like sex in a performance. As a
right. But I
performance,
love sex as a visual media. I love sex as a
like
psychological
watching.
not voyeurism, but like one of my favorite films is Short Bus. If you ever know this short
Oh
film,
yeah,
this independent film is all about sex. So the people are really having sex. They're naked, most majority of the time, and they're just exploring that relationship with it. Really the plot is a sex therapist can't have an orgasm. It's very interesting. I don't think that's voyeurism for me. It's just seeing how people explore sex because it's a real part of humanity. So psychologically, what it does to you, the blocks that are with it, like I that's just what's interesting to me. I just think it's interesting how sex has it's part of our life, it's not part of life, it's still restrictive, we're still shamed into it, but we still do it. It's more free, but it's not as free, but we're still doing these weekends, but we're in the middle of a pandemic. All moral questions, all ethical questions, but it doesn't matter. Have sex,
um,
have fun, be safe, and
but
trill, Diva.
you love that message. So what's the message say? Wait, don't.
Judge yourself for having sex. Just let yourself explore naturally, have fun, and let yourself grow. It doesn't all have to be in one. Sex is an experience that I feel like changes over a lifetime. Like the sex you have at teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, all different. And that's the
Mm.
purpose. But you're never gonna get it.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Never
whoa.
gonna get it, but you can get it at New Paris, Twitter, Instagram, Cash App,
Okay.
Venmo, New Paris. Where can they find you
Oh,
at,
on the
Ravi?
pole.
Oh, on the
Is a
phone. Oh, on the phone. Oh,
hoe.
on the phone. Hey.
And you can follow Wait Don't Do It podcast. We can follow me at Wait Don't Do It podcast on Instagram and our fucking TikTok, even though fuck TikTok, fuck everything it represents. Our numbers were so good for the premiere episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. I really do this podcast as if no one watches and no one listens. Apparently people do. All right,
See you
people.
next time on
Wait, don't
Don't
do
Do
it.
It.
No, let's do that again because we didn't do it in sync. Ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Wait, pizza.
Literally.